fourth Super Smash Bros. Game brought some big firsts to the series. It was the first Smash on a handheld, the first to allow 8-player battles, and the first to introduce downloadable content, changing the game forever. That DLC included Mii costumes, new stages, and of course, brand new fighters. Today we're reimagining those DLC fighters Disney style as we ask once again, what if Disney made Super Smash Bros? Greetings, I'm Ediz. And I'm Ben, and we've been slowly going through every Super Smash Bros. Character and replacing them with their Disney counterparts.
Slowly is an understatement.
We are choosing their Disney replacements based on personality, appearance, theme, or even fighting style. We then come up with a moveset, alternate costumes, a stage, and a final smash, so we can get a fully realised Disney Super Smash Bros. Roster. The DLC for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo DS gave us 7 characters, 3 veteran fighters returning from previous Super Smash Bros. And 4 newcomers. Ryu from Street Fighter, Cloud from Final Fantasy, Corrin from Fire Emblem, and Bayonetta from Bayonetta. Here's how our Disney roster looks so far. If you want to know why some of these Disney characters were chosen, then please check out our previous videos. Now let's get down to business and start adding in some familiar faces. First up from the veteran crew, we took Mewtwo's purple psychic energy and made it voodoo to get Dr. Facilier.
Nice.
Then, from Brawl, we replaced Lucas with another blonde boy who has emotional trauma. It was Lewis from Meet the Robinsons. And finally, Roy, who appeared in Melee, becomes another young Swordfighter, Aladdin. And along with the characters, their stages are returning. So Dr. Facilier is bringing back Mardi Gras, Lewis is going for a chaotic family meal on the dining table, and Aladdin is going to battle in the marketplace of Agrabah. But it is now, of course, the moment we've all been waiting for. Our first new DLC fighter. Let's go! Our first new DLC fighter is Ryu. Orphaned at a young age, Ryu is the bare-chested, bare-footed main character of the Street Fighter series.
He's orphaned?
Yes.
Did not know that.
Famed for his highly skilled martial arts and hand-to-hand combat. Sometimes we replace characters because of what they look like. Maybe it's their storyline, maybe it's their fighting style, maybe it's their personality.
You've really gone with the whole barefooted thing. Is this Mowgli or someone like that?
I read all the comments. Let's have a look at some of your suggestions from the comments.
Is it Mowgli?
Our first suggestion was Gaston, a bruiser who can mainly punch and kick, but also has eggs as a projectile. Instead of Hadouken, it'll be 4 dozen eggs. Another very popular suggestion was Shang from Mulan, which aesthetically and fighting style, it's giving Ryu, right?
Yeah.
We also had Mr. Incredible going for like the strength, the muscle.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, I do actually. I think it's good. And one person in particular has commented on every single Ediz and Ben video for the past year wanting Meta for Ryu, which to them I think makes perfect sense. I don't know if that is the best choice for a Cars character. Maybe there's a character in Ultimate that might be a better fit. We'll have to wait and see. So we're thinking orphaned at a young age, bare-chested, barefooted. I've gone with Tarzan. From the Disney movie Tarzan!
Yeah, that's good.
Which again, I saw this one time and time in the comments, and I think is a great shout.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good fighter as well, actually.
Let's talk about Tarzan's moves. So as always, I've looked through their movies or the TV shows the characters are from to find different things they do that could be part of their move set. So hopefully every single move comes from source material. Generally, as a fighter, he is a quick, nimble and flexible fighter. I was thinking he could walk around the stage on 2 feet, but when he runs, he's going on all 4s, gorilla mode, you know what I'm saying? He's quite a scrappy fighter, you know, he learned on the streets, or maybe not the street fighter, maybe he's a jungle fighter. In the same way as he slides along the vines and the tree trunks, the tree branches, he can slide across the stage, damaging enemies if he slides into them.
That's very Bison.
Keeping it on the Street Fighter theme, yeah. Nice. He also has one of the biggest jumps in the game, and I thought Tarzan's second jump can be like a little spinning jump that he does in Son of Man. He also has a vine recovery to get back onto the stage, swinging through the vines. He has a vine grab, so if he wants to grab an opponent to beat them up, he uses a vine. He also has a vine kick where he comes swinging through, just like kicking like pow, a little bit like Spider-Man in Marvel vs. Capcom. He also has some weapons. He's got a spear and he's got a dagger.
He used a spear in the movie?
In the movie, he literally throws it to catch fruit and then it lands on Kerchak's head to make a little fruit hat.
Does he have like a version of a Hadouken?
Melon? Banana?
Coconuts?
Coconuts? Maybe the spear is just a Hadouken.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it's just like spear. Okay, time for their costumes. In Smash Bros, each character has 8 alternate costumes, and each costume, it might just be a color swap, but each one has something it's referencing. Maybe that's a different outfit that character has worn in the past, or maybe it's referencing the colors of a completely different character. And it's the same here. So the normal costume is just classic Tarzan in his loincloth. Second one, I've decided just to reference the deep jungle from which he is from and just go for a green look.
And his hair.
Yeah, why not? Giving Doc Samson. The next few are referencing different characters from Tarzan. Any idea what character this could be?
Turk.
We're going for Turk with the sort of blackish grey. Next.
Jane.
Not Jane. Tantor, the elephant.
Oh, I forgot that was a character.
Next.
Ooh.
This one's good, I like this one.
The villain.
Sabor, the leopard. This is referencing someone from outside the movie Tarzan.
Mowgli.
We got Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Why have you done that?
Why do you think I've done that?
I'm not entirely sure.
What is the similarities between the two characters?
They're like the same.
Why have I done that? No idea. What's the similarities? They're the exact same. They're both raised by animals in the jungle. That's so similar. Tarzan's basically adult Mowgli anyway. Oh, this one is a deep cut. I forgot I did this one. So the author of the book Tarzan is Edgar Rice Burroughs. He also wrote another book that got adapted into a Disney live action movie. It was a bit of a flop. This is referencing John Carter.
Oh, John Carter.
From the movie John Carter, you know, the movie everyone knows and remembers.
You know what, that was actually a decent movie.
I enjoyed it, but I found out they both have the same author, Tarzan and John Carter, so I thought we could reference this and still showcase the muscles. Suited and booted Tarzan is rounding off our costumes, and I also thought this could be a nice little ode to another jungle man, George of the Jungle, when he dresses up in his shirt and everyone's like, ooh la la. Moving on to Tarzan's stage, we are going to the gorilla's nest. So I was thinking this could be just a large platform on the bottom, like the jungle floor, but also tree branches all the way up on the sides. So we've got lots of different platforms, and in the background, we've got gorillas watching the fight and kind of like cheering them on and stuff. So the main area in the middle, branches at the sides, oh, and the branches can break. As branches do, you know, too many people on there, too many like fight, we will fall.
Can you use the branches as weapons?
Yeah, sure. Or maybe they just fall to their doom, like Clayton falls.
The branches do.
Yeah. So you got to jump back onto the main platform if they fall.
Right.
And for Tarzan's final smash, I've gone with Elephant Stampede. All the elephants run through the jungle, stampeding anyone in their way.
What does Tarzan do?
He rides the elephants like the king of the jungle he is. And that, my friend, is Tarzan. What do we think of our first new character?
Yeah, sure. I think he's okay. I think he's not the best character.
Okay.
I don't know why. Feels a bit basic.
Feels a bit basic.
I feel like compared to like Dr. Facilier, the guy's got cars and magic and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. But not every character can have that. We're looking for a variety. We're looking for range.
Yeah.
Man swinging through the trees.
Tarzan is handsome, Tarzan is strong, so listen to the jungle song.
First appearing in Final Fantasy VII as a proud, arrogant, and aloof swordsman, Cloud Strife is instantly recognizable from his ridiculously large sword and iconic hair. Any suggestions that come to mind for Cloud with his hair and his massive sword?
Rapunzel?
Rapunzel? I mean, she got long hair. First suggestion we had was Arthur from Sword in the Stone.
I don't know who that is.
Little kid, he pulls the sword.
I've not seen it.
Obviously, emphasis on the sword. Another one we had was Prince Philip. Again, Sleeping Beauty, but he has got the sword. That's where people's minds were going. The next one is interesting. Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. A sword fighter who can charge up their holy meter similar to Limit Break. So Cloud has this like Limit Break system where he charges up like a little bar. And they said Frollo, it could be a holy meter, which I thought was very inventive. Someone else, or actually quite a few people said, just keep Cloud. Cloud is also, because he's from Final Fantasy, he's in Kingdom Hearts games, which are like affiliated with Disney. So technically we could just keep Cloud. I don't know how I feel about that. Some other people said Kida, because she's got like a, what's it called? A staff. And also she's got some cool hair going on as well. And also a popular one recently, Lance Slashblade from Inside Out 2. Who is pretty much basically based on Cloud.
Oh,
do you remember the character? He had like
yeah.
pink hair, massive sword. But of course, I haven't gone with any of those suggestions. I have gone someone who I think fits the mold. He's pretty much known for his hair. He has something that can be used as a massive sword. I've gone with Maui from Moana. What are we thinking?
Okay, it's very different.
To Cloud.
Yeah.
I mean,
Completely
Lance
different vibe.
Slashblade is probably the most accurate one, but I don't think he's the most iconic character in terms of like people will know him. Moana is literally like the most streamed movie of all time. I think this is a good inclusion. Let's have a look at his moveset. He's a heavyweight fighter. We don't have loads of those in the game at the moment. He's incredibly strong. He could use his fish hook as a sword. Obviously, it's massive, so that gives the cloud effect. When he grabs people, he can bounce them like a ball. He can launch enemies super far. In his song in Moana 2, Can I Get a Chi-Hu, he uses a conch shell as like a musical instrument and fire comes streaming out of it. Do you remember? I thought that could be a sick move, his conch shell fire. And for his recovery, he throws his hook like Thor throws his hammer. So it's just kind of like a massive jump, but like being pulled up by his hook.
Okay.
I've also got a move here called Chi-Hu Spin Slam, and I thought his taunt, I don't always do taunts, but here's a taunt for free, could be the Hucker. He's got some cool dance moves, we could include those. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ed, is Cloud has his limit bar, we just discussed it. How am I gonna incorporate that aspect? Well, his limit bar becomes his transformation meter. Obviously, Maui transforms into animals. So when his fish hook glows, you can shapeshift between different animals. So basically, you press B, you press direction, and obviously that's the way you're gonna attack with this animal. But the longer you hold down B, that determines how strong your animal is. For example, if you just touch it a little bit, you're gonna turn into an iguana, which is gonna quickly zoom around the stage, tripping enemies up. If you hold it a little bit longer, he'll turn into a hawk, and he'll fly into enemies, causing damage. Iguana is the weak animal, then the medium animal is the hawk,
Okay.
and then just a straight up whale. He turns into a whale if you hold it down the longest, and this obviously causes massive damage. Because it's a whale, they're huge.
What is he gonna do? There's no water.
Just
And
body slam.
That's the whole screen.
Oh, maybe whales are pretty big. But this move can only be used until the meter then runs down, and then once his transformation meter has run down, the fish hook will crack like it does in the movie, and then he can't use it again until it like builds up. So obviously his normal costume is just his classic look, and then all of his other alternative costumes are based on other characters in the movie. So I've given him, I want to say skirt, but that's probably deeply offensive to what this actually
Very
is.
offensive.
This is his Chief Tui look, Moana's dad.
Great.
Any ideas who this might be?
Chicken.
I'm going with the chicken. Hi. Or hey. I always forget which one. Ooh.
the crab.
Yes, we've got the crab. I don't know what you're thinking. This is what the crab looks like during the day. I've also got Tamatoa dark mode going on as well, when he's like all illuminescent
Yeah, that's
with
cool.
algae.
I like that.
Next. I know what you're thinking, the
tree.
Incredible Hulk.
Tree.
This is based on Tefiti.
That's what I meant. When I said tree, I meant
You meant the whole island.
Yeah.
And then that was Tefiti. What do you reckon this one is?
the evil one.
Takar. He looks pretty bad though, doesn't he? Oh, and then his final look, I just thought he could be Sharkhead Maui. But his stage, someone gave me a really cool idea that you see in Can I Get a Chi-Hu and You're Welcome, it's like, no, I had to sing them.
You had to sing.
I had to sing them. The visuals are kind of like a tapestry, and the stage could look kind of like that, which I thought was a nice
Yeah,
idea.
that's cool.
The other idea I thought was literally, hey, what is the whole movie Moana about? It's them sailing on their little boat. They're literally on their outrigger canoe, and they're sailing past different things. Maybe the Kakamora pirates can come past in the distance and shoot at you. Maybe that giant clam tries to eat them. And I thought it's quite a small stage, just one platform. Maybe we can add another one at the top. But I thought, okay, we're condensing the fight, and there's cool things that could happen all around. I don't know, both are cool ideas. I went with the outrigger canoe though, but I like both ideas. Let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer?
The Salem one.
The canoe?
Yeah.
Oh nice, that was actually my idea.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it wasn't a very original idea, let's be honest, but there we go. And for Maui's final smash, I've called it the Island Lifter. So he hooks an island from below the screen that comes up as he pulls it up, and it causes damage to anyone it touches. Maybe even it's a volcano. I don't know. And that's Maui.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You like that one? You approve?
That's a solid one, yeah.
We got one.
Is that because he's an interesting character?
I mean, yeah, he's got a lot going on for him. I mean, I didn't have to work that hard
that's
to
what
find
I
the
mean,
moves. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Whereas some other characters, like Snow White, I'm like,
lacking imagination.
what can she?
Yeah.
There's just not as much source material. We're moving on to the next character.
What? What? What?
Finish him!
Born into royalty, Corrin has a central role in the conflict between kingdoms in the game Fire Emblem Fates. They have the ability to transform into a dragon when using the Dragon Stone and wield a very unique sword called a Yato. Now for this one, there weren't actually that many suggestions. People are kind of unified with one main character. But the other main suggestion that I did see was May from Turning Red. In the way that Corrin transformed into a dragon, May would transform into a panda,
Right.
which visually and playstyle would be quite cool in the game. But there is a character that is far more accurate. Any ideas who people went for? It was overwhelming, this one. And it's not even a very popular character. We're going with Raya
Oh, wow.
and Sisu from Raya and the Last Dragon.
So she's got a sword.
Yeah, and her sword is so unique, just like Corrin's. Some people suggested doing Sisu in human form and then turning into a dragon, but I think it's actually better just to have Raya and Sisu is backing her up. Let's have a look at her moveset. If you watch the movie Raya and the Last Dragon, you are one of the only people in the world, but you would have seen that Raya is very agile, she's very acrobatic, her hand-to-hand combat is sick, which obviously is going to be good for a fighting game, you know what I'm saying? She's also got very interesting weapons. She's got her Kali sticks, which are like 2 little bamboo sticks that she has in her back, that she used when she was younger, when she was training, but I thought we could whack that in. She's also got her whip sword, which is just a madness. It's a sword, it turns into a whip. It can go really far along the stage, so her attack's gonna have a big range. Just imagine how many cool moves she could do with that.
That sword is sick.
It really is sick.
Yeah.
She's also gonna have her dragon gem that she can use to reflect enemy attacks.
What about the little animal thing?
Tuk Tuk,
Yeah.
the giant armadillo thing that she rides.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the movie, isn't it tiny?
Yeah, at the beginning it is.
I've seen it once.
We'll get onto Tuk Tuk in a little bit, but let's discuss Sisu first, because obviously this character is Raya and Sisu. Sisu is going to aid Raya's attacks. Sisu can breathe smoke. Sisu can pounce on people in a similar way to the way Corrin as a dragon can pounce on people and like it splashes everywhere. Also, Corrin turns into a water dragon. Sisu is a water dragon. The parallels, people. And obviously when Sisu is involved, she's adding power to the attacks and can zoom across the stage. Just imagine how Sisu zooms around the water, around the air in the movie. She's gonna zoom across the stage into people. And Raya's recovery, I thought she could literally use her extendo sword and pull herself up. Or she could ride Sisu and like fly up. Which one, sword or ride Sisu?
Probably sword.
Nice. And that is Raya's moveset. What do you think?
Yeah, it was legit. For like, again, she's got a lot to play with, like the one before.
Like Maui, yeah. There's a lot of references we can use. Now for the costumes, the theme I've gone for is, in Disney, there are a lot of human dragon duos, and I've decided to pay tribute to that.
Like Mulan.
Maybe that is one of them. Let's see if you can guess any.
What else is there?
What do we reckon for this one? I'll be honest, most of these you probably won't know. So let me just tell you. We've got Pete's Dragon.
Ah,
Remember that one from the 70s? What do we think?
that's Mulan.
And
Mushi.
Mulan and Mushu. This one, okay, it's a deep cut. You have watched this movie on the channel.
The one with the belly button.
Yes, the one where the film nearly got banned because they included the dragon's belly button.
Reluctant dragon.
The reluctant dragon and Sir Giles in his suit. Okay, this one is very obscure. This is from a 2011 short by Disney called The Ballad of Nessie. So we've got Sisu being the Loch Ness Monster, and Raya's costume are based on his little friend, or her little friend, Maquack. So Raya is
To
a duck.
the Scottish Maquack.
Loch Ness Monster is like a Scottish dragon? I don't know.
Is it meant to be a dragon?
I mean, the rumor is it was a dinosaur, but this one is based on a TV show, Jake Long, the American Dragon.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, and this one actually was suggested a few times for Corrin as well, but just not as much as Raya was. This one, we're gonna watch this soon on the channel. It's from Sword in the Stone, Mad Madam Mim, who again transforms into a dragon at one point.
Spoiler.
This one is a really cool design.
Ah, it's Maleficent.
It's
Is she a
Maleficent.
dragon?
Well, you'll find out because that is literally the next Disney animated classic we are
there's
watching.
so many dragons.
Right? Now for her stage, we are going to go to Fang Palace. So we're going to have a flat surface. Remember where they have that big battle, her and Nomura? Wow, if that's correct, I should get some sort of prize. So it's on the palace and we're going to have a flat stage and then we're going to have steps going up to the left. But also the palace kind of gets destroyed a little bit by the end. So as you're fighting, you can hit the pillars, things are going to fall down. So it's quite simple. The steps add a little bit of interest and drama with things falling down And for her final smash, okay, I've got 2 options. Number 1 is Tuck Tuck Roll. Tuck Tuck comes out, rolling around the stage, and you just control it, rolling over people. Obviously, people are gonna get like squashed, smashed off stage. The other option, leaning more into Sisu and the dragon. Do you remember at the end of the movie? It starts raining and all the dragons are jumping onto the rain and flying through the air. It could be dragon rain dance and they're all dancing around the stage. It looks very pretty. And obviously if your enemies get hit, big damage.
Yeah, that's cute.
So one's a little bit more interactive and the other one is like, ooh, pretty colours.
I think including Tuck Tuck is quite cool. And then she put Tuck Tuck in like her moveset as like a shield or something.
So she's gonna have Sisu coming out and Tuck Tuck coming out. She sounds a bit OP to me with the mad sword as well.
She's a good character.
Let me know in the comments which final smash you'd have gone with, and just let me know in the comments which characters you would have picked as well, because we want engagement. How do you think that one's comparing to the other 2 we've had so far?
I think that's the strongest one.
Ooh, which is interesting because definitely not the most popular character.
No,
but would be definitely be fun to fight with.
she's got a dragon as a sidekick.
Are you kidding me?
And she's got some badass sword. And then she's got Tuck Tuck.
Maybe if Disney actually made this game and put Raya as a
She's
character,
become popular.
the movie would actually become popular.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, Corrin as a character got into the game before that Fire Emblem even come out. So they literally put Corrin into Smash to promote that game. Disney could have done the same thing with Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
I said, do you wanna fight me? Do you wanna catch his hands?
Ed, we've reached the final character for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS.
I like this one.
You actually play as Bayonetta.
I have played a couple of times Bayonetta. She's got guns on her feet.
She has high heel guns, are you kidding me?
And she's flexible.
An Umbra witch awakens after 500 years with no memories of who or what she is. To defeat her foes, she must summon demons by performing magical attacks with her hair. Bayonetta, from the game of the same name, wears skin-tight outfits and is dripping in sexual innuendo.
Hey yo.
She was designed to poke fun at gaming conventions that see female characters as sex objects. According to Masahiro Sakurai, she was the winner of the worldwide Smash Bros. Fighter ballot among realizable characters. So there is a lot to consider when choosing a replacement for Bayonetta.
They wanted someone who's sexy.
What?
What?
She was designed to poke fun at female gaming conventions of like your Lara Croft kind of characters, where if you're a female gaming character, you are going to be like curvilicious to obviously appeal to a male fan base.
But then they made her curvilicious.
Yeah, but the way they did it in the game was like poking fun. I think they had to tone it down a little bit for Smash Bros.
Okay.
Because it's kind of wild in the actual game. Any ideas what people might have suggested?
Mother Gothel?
That's not a bad suggestion, you know. I didn't. The ones I saw a lot were Ursula from The Little Mermaid, going with the witch theme.
Sure.
Also, she is very voluptuous. Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
People really had like witch in their mind. Ida from Owl House. Good suggestion. We've already got an Owl House rep though, so that wouldn't have been in. No, it's not that big of a property. This one is a deep cut. Magica Dispel from DuckTales, which I appreciate the reference. But Bayonetta was chosen because fans could literally vote for which character they wanted to be included in Smash Bros. And Bayonetta was the winner of that poll. So I only went and did a poll on YouTube. Do you want to see the winner?
Oh, wow.
So getting into the game is overwhelmingly
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, which I was surprised at. I love, because that's such a cool reference to one of my favorite movies, but people really went with two big reasons to pick Bayonetta. So in the same way that Bayonetta was meant to be poking fun at the sexuality of computer game characters, video game characters, Jessica Rabbit was meant to be poking fun at the sexualization of cartoon characters.
But then they sexualized her.
Yeah, but in a ridiculous, over-the-top way.
Jessica Rabbit is still like a sexual awakening for so many people because they've made her so sexual.
Yeah, I guess if you weren't around before, then you would just see her as a sexy character. You don't know she's poking fun, I guess. So let's have a look at your choice, Jessica Rabbit.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
So Jessica Rabbit is very slow, she's very sultry, but she's very powerful. She's got legs for days, let me just tell you that. She's serious, but her moves are very cartoon inspired, because obviously she's married to Roger Rabbit, she lives in Toontown, you know what I'm saying? One of her moves I've called Head Shine. She basically gets a napkin out, rubs the top of someone's head, and it causes damage. Waka waka, funny funny. She also slaps people in the movie, and that is gonna be a big attack for her as well. She's got a chest bump. Boom! Imagine the power. I mentioned her legs. I've called one of her moves crashing legs. There's a very famous part of the movie where they're in a taxi cab, it crashes, and she goes flying out. So one of her moves is gonna be 2 legs coming out and like whacking people. A little bit like Chun-Li style, but with 2 legs. She's got some projectiles. They're kisses. The kisses, the little lips go across the screen.
That's cool.
When they hit you, it's like poison, so it's gonna go. Bayonetta's got guns, and so has Jessica Rabbit. She literally fires a gun in the movie, so we're gonna bring that right here. I love this move. It's called Booby Trap.
Nice booby trap.
She reaches in and she pulls out a bear trap, and that's gonna attack people. You know, a bear trap, like.
Yeah.
The final move I've called Disappearing, Reappearing Ink. So she's got a pen, ink goes on them, it's gonna cause some initial damage, and then 10 seconds later, it's gonna cause a little bit more damage because the ink disappears and then it reappears. Nice reference. People. The theme for Jessica Rabbit's costume alternatives are just other characters from the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe. So here is classic Jessica, cool up in the red dress.
Does she sing in the movie?
Yes.
One of her moves might be like she sings down the mic and then the sound waves hit people or something.
Yeah, let's go with it. Why don't you do right?
Or she just picks up the mic and just swings it.
I like that as well. Both options, they're in.
Nice.
This one is to reference like Betty Boop, the kind of old school era of 1920s cartoons. This one, I mentioned the character already, Benny the Cab, Benny the Taxi Cab. I just think this is a nice, it's clear, it's different.
Yeah, that took you long, didn't it?
Yep, and I like it. who could this one be referencing?
My God, I wonder who that could be.
Who could it be?
Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit! Just gave her the ears and the bow tie. Next, we've gone with a blue. This one is referencing an early design of Jessica Rabbit from screen tests of the film. If that's not a deep cut, I don't know what else is. There's not much to go for Jessica Rabbit. I was reaching. So she also appears in Roger Rabbit short cartoons as different like roles. So we're gonna use some costumes from those. So here's her nurse outfit. Wow, wow, wee wow, indeed. We've got her park ranger outfit.
Damn.
And this one, oh, this is controversial. In one of the Disneyland parks, there's a Roger Rabbit ride. And basically, in the last few years, they covered up Jessica Rabbit. They gave her this new like detective look so that she wasn't so revealing, to your point that she's like too sexual for the kids or whatever. Some people are very against it, but either way, I thought I'd reference it in her costumes. Okay, her stage is the Ink and Paint Club. So this is where she performs as a jazz singer. We've got a similar stage in the House of Mouse. On a stage, tables and chairs, people watching, but that is a static stage. And I thought this one could move around. We could go to the bar where we see like Ollie the octopus making all the drinks. The penguins from Mary Poppins can be walking around and they could be hazards maybe as well. You could be fighting on the tables and then you could be fighting on the stage and you could be fighting on the bar. And maybe even in the club, older cartoons can be like characters in the background, which obviously wouldn't get referenced elsewhere in the game, but it's a nice little like nod to old school cartoons, which the movie literally is.
I don't really know the movie that well, so
Just tell me that it was good.
it was incredible.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to her final smash. Her final smash I've called Patty Cake. Whoever she catches in her final smash is going to cut to a cutscene of them playing Patty Cake. And she's going to go
Patter cake.
Patty Cake.
Patter cake.
Patter Cake?
I don't think it's patty.
Patty Cake, Patty Cake.
I think that's just Americans.
So Americans are wrong.
Patter
cake,
patter cake.
Or patty cake is an English nursery rhyme because you're patting the cake down. I don't know. But her final smash is patter cake or patty cake,
Patty
whichever
cake,
you want.
patty cake.
It's an iconic moment in the movie where she's playing patty cake with someone and that could be causing big damage every clap and then boom off the screen. Out of the 4, which was your favorite? Tarzan, Maui.
Raya.
That's who you'd want to play as.
Yeah, she sounds sick.
I think Tarzan, man.
Nah, Raya's vibe.
Let us know in the comments.
A dragon.
Who would you love to play? Yeah, it's good. I'll give it to you. So let me know in the comments who you would have picked for those 4 characters. And it's time for Smash Bros. Ultimate. So let me know in the comments which Disney character you would want for the following Smash Bros. Characters. We are going to be replacing Inkling from Splatoon, Princess Daisy from Super Mario, Ridley from the Metroid series, Simon Belmont from Castlevania, Richter from Castlevania, Chrom from Fire Emblem, Dark Samus, they're not Dark Samus, Dark Samus from the Metroid Prime series, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong Country, Isabelle from Animal Crossing, Ken from Street Fighter, and Incineroar from Pokemon. We're gonna do those characters in the next video, and then we're gonna do the 2 DLC fighter passes. So potentially 3 more videos for the characters of Smash Bros. Looking forward to seeing all your suggestions, and thanks for bearing with us. Check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time. Toodles, bye.